So where do we want to settle? That's now our new decision. We need to find... No, stay on map. We just got here. Okay. No. How am I... This is west. We wanted to travel east. I think this is where I was just going. Yeah. No, we need to stay here. You know what? We can settle right here and I can walk wherever I want. What? I don't know what just happened, but okay. Oh, this is so pretty though. Okay. Maybe we'll talk to the Baba Yaga. See if she has any more to tell me, and then we'll go out and explore. Oh, we're like on top of berry bushes. Apparently. Okay, I have not been to this place for many moons, but it will do well for your continued training. To expand our house, you'll need wood, for that tree must be felled. Ha! You think this sounds easy, don't you? But don't go chopping anything down just yet. A forest spirit resides in these woods. He and I have an understanding, but he has no such thing with you. You'll have to earn his trust in time. For now, just try to pique his interest. Your first lesson will take the form of a task. Earn the respect of the forest spirit by doing him 3 favors. Why 3? No one knows for sure, but 3 is considered a magical number, so it should please him. To find out what he needs, ask the people of this land. They know it best. It might serve you well to visit the loot key again. There is much more to find out about those little wood blocks. They even have their own wisdom of a kind. Okay. You have been told about a location. Find it with your compass at the top of the screen. Barslin, which is the nearby town. Okay, home of the loot key. You have been told about a location. Find it with your compass at the top of the screen. Okay. What can you tell me about this place? Here the realms of humankind and nature engage in an uneasy coexistence. Humans often forget that they are merely guests in this world. They were born from the earth, and in their deaths, it is the earth to which they return. But do not think that nature is benign and gentle, nor that it can protect itself. There are those within the realm of nature who can be as cruel and selfish as any human, and they have experience on their side. Okay. So we need to either head to the village nearby or the wooden spirits. Let's get out the ravens just for collecting purposes. We also need to look out. We haven't spent any time like crafting, baking, cooking, any of that. I'm gathering just what I can around here because we're going to need it for the spirits when we come across them. Oh, I see something in the distance. A few things in the distance, actually. Are we right near a town, or is this just... Huh. I don't know. We'll go up and see. There's an indicator. Oh, okay. I did not choose to destroy this, by the way. I just want to... I don't know what happened, but it was destroyed. But I'm getting wood from it. So... I'm gonna collect it. So we can destroy these little huts. It seems they're abandoned, so I don't feel too bad because there's only that one house, and it's definitely not lived in. The land looks flooded here. Actually, a bit. Let's see if we can head over. I had an indicator of something. Oh, that. Okay, what's in it? 6 candles. Okay, and 1 lantern. So we've got lighting instruments. Can I do anything with this wood pile? No. Which will be great for the cabin. Okay. Where do I want to go? We need to go... Which one's closer, I wonder? That's the Luki Spirits, or the town is right there. So let's go there first. Let's talk to some of the locals. Grab more honey. And then see what we can do for the protector of the forest. I'm seeing people this way. Let's see. It's a much nicer town than the one we were in previously. Hello. Okay. Have you heard anything interesting? Have you heard anything interesting? What can you tell me about this place? Well, Barsland has been a hearth and home to me all my life. We led a pretty simple existence here, living off the land, fishing, hunting, and farming cucumbers for generations. You must have seen the river on your way here, right? It's the lifeblood of this town, which seems to be for most towns. Our boats can take goods further than any cart, and its sweet waters keep our fields fertile. But alas, I fear new ways are creeping in, and there are those that believe that logging is much more profitable than farming. That's all the fallen trees we've seen. Guy, I fear what such actions may lead to. Okay. I know why. We are dependent on the river and its resources, and we have learned to respect it. It's like a mother to us. But the lumberjacks did not show the same reverence to the forest, and now some have not returned home. I believe that's karma. Anyway, I believe they are still out there somewhere paying the price for their greed. If the wrath of nature is not sated, then soon all of us will be paying the same price. Okay, what do you know about the forest spirit? Forest spirit? Is that they're saying? Nonsense. I think they've been hit by falling trees one too many times. Well, okay. I would visit my father's grave more often if the caretaker of the graveyard wasn't such an oddity. Crows all over my father's grave. Ugh, gives me the shivers just thinking about it. Okay. The gravekeeper's house. I'm assuming, is this... Oh. Okay, so we get 2 different answers. I'm not sure about the hair traps the hunter set. Sometimes the poor things have to stay in those contraptions for days until he gets to them. That's not right. We've all got to eat, but prolonging suffering just doesn't sit well with me. Me neither. Okay, so that's where we're going to get hairs for the house. So, which one's closer? We've got... I just collected garlic from something, and I don't know what. I guess find the grave... Ooh! Is there a Luke? Luke? Oh, it does! There is! Okay. Give a berry. You received a hanging herb. Okay. There's a man in here. Yes, I'm walking into your home. Sorry. Okay, my family has been poorly of late, and we have not had the strength to stock our pantry. If you help us, I will reward you with whatever I can spare. Winter is coming and our stocks are dwindling. If you can aid us, I would be most grateful, and your help will not go unnoticed. What are you looking for? Let me show you what I need. Okay. Cooking is the most important skill a young witch can learn. You can experiment with different ingredients and craft food items with your big white oven. You can use these items for quests or to decorate your home. Okay, so I need bread, porridge, flour, honeycomb, pancake. I can give you some honeycomb. Let's ask him about the forest spirit. My babushka used to tell me stories about him. She said he's a shapeshifter. Sometimes he appears as a giant man with a long green beard, sometimes as a white stag with a skull for a head. Scared me so much I didn't sleep for weeks. If he's about, then I'd make sure that you're not. Okay, and then have you heard anything interesting? I heard the graveyard's caretaker lets good porridge go to waste on her nasty little birds, while some of us good folk don't know how to make it through the winter. So I still need to make it to the gravekeeper's house. Goodbye. Okay, you. Jansu's? Stranger, what do you know about the forest spirit? You want to meet the forest spirit? You're a brave one, no doubt. I think I saw him once. He was tending to an injured deer. He was a giant of a creature, but with a touch as gentle as silk on a warm breeze. And the way the animal looked at him, it was like a baby gazing at its mama. You want to get on his good side? Then show him you can be trusted with his kin. There's deer all around these parts. They're shy and flighty, so take your time with them. Approach slowly. If they look at you, hold still, or you'll scare them. Oh, and you better have a pocket full of berries. They can't resist those. You can usually find some here. Okay. So we've got some more things to look out for. An unlikely ally. I was the deer wounded. My fault, I'm afraid. I took a bad shot and did get a clean kill. The poor creature was injured and fled. I never made that mistake again. But do you still go hunting? Of course, that's my trade. We all need to survive. I never get greedy, and I always make things quick. They don't even have time to realize what's happened. Seems like the forest spirit doesn't mind too much as long as I keep things respectful. Although, if you think he's around again, maybe I've been setting too many traps of late, so this is okay. Hope he and I still have an understanding. Where are the traps? You're making me nervous with all this talk. Don't you have other things to do? Leave me to my creeping sense of dread. Goodbye. Babushka Yulia. Okay, would you help put an old woman's mind at ease, child? What can I do for you? Winter is approaching and I have not found the strength to make my annual journey to Mara's shrine. Her blessing protects our cattle. If you're willing to help, you'll need to place some food in front of her shrine. Pancakes, to be exact. She likes those the best. Okay, so I need to make pancakes. How do I make pancakes, please? How do you not know this, young one? Let me remedy this quickly. A hot oven, some flour, and two different things, honey or berries. Two different sweet things, honey or berries, is the way I prefer to make them. I'm certain the merchant that came to town recently can sell you some flour. As for honey or berries, best look for what you can outside the village. Okay. You've learned a new recipe. More about the Mara. An age ago, our dear Mara was more than a statue carved out of wood in the forest clearing. If you were lucky, you could watch her stroll about, making everything grow around her. The whole village would bring her offerings. In return, she would bless our cattle. But these times have long passed, and not many remember. For they have left this place to find their luck elsewhere, or are buried in the cold, hard ground by now. What did the forest spirit think of Mara? She revered Leshy like we did her, but Mara was as near to being a creature of spirit as she was to being human. They both care for nature above anything else. I do like to believe that perhaps they would meet on moonlit nights, enjoy a cup of wine together, and talk of the secrets of the deep woods. As I carved the statue in wood and stood it in position, I felt Leshy's presence quivering through the leaves and whispering on the wind. He knows. And it still stands, so he must approve of such a thing. Okay. Bye. So, we are still traveling and looking. I think it's lucky, I guess, that like the townspeople don't seem to be on a clock. What did I pass? What could I have collected? Garlic. That works. I'm stealing it from this person's front yard, I guess. Oh, is this the merchant? I think this is the merchant. Okay, buy 1 stag skull with flowers for 44 coins. 1 plaque for 48 coins, which I do not have. We need flour. Salt. Wood, which I don't need. Salt I probably would need. Buy 1 large bell. Jar with stag's lavender. Okay, let me talk to this guy and see if we can... Okay. Oh, Bogdan. The young witch, hello. What do you know about the forest spirit? Hey there, how have you been? Okay, I got my cart up and running again, but your means of transportation is a bit more impressive now, isn't it? Anyway, I am open for business, so feel free to browse my wares. Yeah, I don't know either, Felix. Okay. Is something on your mind? That or which you've been hanging around with, she's, Baba Yaga, right? I mean, the Baba Yaga, not just some old woman with an herb garden and a bad smell. Yeah, we've seen a few of those, right enough. But you know the stories, don't you? I mean, Baba Yaga might hold great power, but she can be dangerous. Not someone you should involve yourself with lightly, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, then you soon will. Keep your wits about you, girl. Okay. Ask him about this before, Spirit. You know, there was a time when folks would recognize when they've got a nature spirit lurking about, but these days so many minds are closing to the old magics. Keep an eye out for this spirit. Got a feeling it's powerful, which means it'll be tricksy. You're right, Felix. There are proud types too. The ones that ain't shy, at least, need to be puffed like a feather pillow. Show a little care for the natural world. Let it see you can be trusted, and you'll win its favor in time. You could try befriending some wild animals. That might get his attention. The hunter should know how to approach them. He'll be around here somewhere, which I've already talked to him. Now that I think about it, I also saw some loot key earlier, which I've helped. The forest spirit regards those little wooden creatures like his own children. I believe I saw them on the local beekeeper's property. Okay, I'm sure you'll find them causing mischief over that way. Okay, the smiling hive. Now I want to trade. If you want to sell anything, just put it on the scale and I'll make you an offer. If you fancy buying something, just look at it and let me know. Now then, if you want to trade, let's trade. If you want to chat, well, I'm open to a little of that. Okay, so I've already chatted. So I need to put it on the scale if I want to sell anything. I do need... Okay, so I need to sell some of my things if I want to... So we'll sell 20 grain, which is 56. So I'll take some raspberries. 3 for that, so we'll give 10 raspberries. Sure. I'm gonna believe whatever you say. I have 98 coin. I think grain... So grain is... Okay, so it's 3 for grain, 3 for raspberries. What's honeycomb? 5 for that. So I'll need... I'll leave myself with 25. 36. I'm gonna take whatever you... I'm not gonna try and like, barter at all. So I have 131. I need the pine, I know, for other things. So I'll need to buy salt, I'm sure, and flour. Property of the beekeeper. Hello. Child? No, somebody just sitting. Do you need anything? You look like you need help. I do actually. My hives are due to be harvested, but I have bad back and can hardly bend over. If you could help me harvest the honey, I'll give you some nice wax candles. Extra dribbly. I keep my bees in 3 large hollowed-out tree trunks with faces carved into them. They're hard to miss. All 3 of them are here on my property. Use smoke to calm the bees. It makes them docile and less likely to sting. You'll need a pine stick for that, which I have. Then you can remove the honeycombs. The bees are not very active this time of year, so you should be probably. Great. I've got a pine branch. Let me see if I can find another one. There's a large pine tree not too far from here. Okay. Goodbye. Okay, didn't the beekeeper say there were 3 hives? I only see 2. Maybe I should talk to the beekeeper. Did somebody cut down a tree? With the bees? So I've smoked the area. Did I collect? Let me talk to her again. I think one of the hives is missing. Oh, not again. This is the second time this has happened. The first time one of my hives disappeared, I found it in the forest surrounded by rotten grain wreaths. I cannot explain it. Oof, I feel like my backache is getting worse. Well, it's not your fault, so thank you anyway. If you happen to spot it somewhere, please bring it back. Okay, so we've got candles. An unfamiliar face. We don't get too many of those around here. Welcome to our village. Please excuse me for not being more hospitable. I would normally invite you in for a little nourishment on your travels. Unfortunately, I have nothing I can offer at this moment since most of our grain was spoiled before we could harvest it. Winter is fast approaching, and we all fear that troubles it might bring. We'd be so grateful if you could find time to help us. I need a savory meal. Okay, I have no goods at the moment. I'm gonna need more flour, actually, because I need 2 pancakes. So I need to go get a bunch of materials. One, I need to make 2 things of pancakes, so I need to buy more flour. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the other side of this house. It's literally pointing inside and inside only. I don't have the materials to feed this family yet. So we'll be back at some point. I think it would be very helpful if I could zoom in on the map. If I head to wherever this is, I think that'll be somewhat helpful, and then okay, mentioned deer, that's here. I have to go to the shrine somewhere. Hunter. I already talked to the hunter. So I need to go look in the surrounding area. I don't know what this... Oh, this might be the great... Okay. So this is only what I've unlocked. Got it. So I have a lot more traveling to do. And I think it's wanting me to talk to the hunter. That was in here. Which I've already talked to. Okay. So I must have been highlighting the babushka woman. I think that means grandmother in Russian, but I'm not 100% sure. And that's why it kept taking me there. So we need to travel farther into the woods. But also I need to make a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna buy flour so I can get 2 things of pancakes made. I need to get to the merchant, Bogdan, and then go back to the hut to make what I can. Let me look. Okay, so we have 2 flour. I have a salt. We're gonna head back to the hut, which is here. Let's highlight that on the map. And then I might take it closer to the village, just for easier access. Because I'm gonna be running back and forth between the village and the hut quite a bit, actually. Oh, it's the house is settled. I got scared. Okay. So let's go do some cooking for the first time. So I need flour, I need honey, and I need berries. Your bread oven needs fuel to work. Go to the back of your oven and add some wood. Okay, so wood is a very important resource. Actually, I would leave that much in there. So that is almost done. I don't know. I might, while that's cooking, actually, I might go ahead and put some of those light sources in. Because this place is dark. Finish that. So we need one more while that's going. Oh, okay. Why? Okay. I think this setup is super freaking cute, but I'm now discovering that this wall is a problem. So, let me go to building, because I can't take any of the stuff I'm collecting from here until I get rid of this wall. Unfortunately. That's really sad. I find this really cute. Anyway, I think... So we're gonna store this. That does make it interesting that I can have stuff floating. So, okay, I do need, I think, a little bit of space to get into this back room. I'll have to extend this wall because I like the idea of this little hallway. I just don't want it this small. So we'll extend this at some point. It's not a big deal at the current moment, so I'm not too worried about it. But for now, hopefully, if I take food now, I can actually access. So we've got that. We'll need... I'm gonna mess with other stuff. Nope. Mushroom... I just do grain. Oh, porridge. Okay. I think I'll get back to you in a second. I'm gonna spend time cooking, and then also just getting the lighting fixed in here with the stuff we've collected, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I've been a bit busy. We've got the lighting finally, some pretty big fire hazards over here. The biggest thing is we've been working on this, and I do have a bit of an issue in terms of we've got quite a bit of things I've made. We've got our pancakes made and some porridge, mushroom soup, raspberry jam, and garlic soup. I have yet to figure out how to make bread, and I think that has to do with the fact that I don't have flour. I might need to buy... it might be just 3 flour. I've tried to mess around with some other stuff, haven't been able to quite reach anything yet, but I kind of got at a standstill with cooking. The other thing is we still have quite a bit of a tight space here. I don't want to extend this wall, so we might have to figure out a different way to do this, but I did bring this back a little bit, so this opens up, and then I extended the back wall, so this room is bigger, and eventually I'll probably move the Baba Yaga back here finally. You can see she had some candles. We've got candles up here now, and we've got a lantern on the wall up here in our storage area. But I think I'm going to go ahead and move our little hut. Go where I say. To the village nearby, closer. Okay. Best you leave our house on the village outskirts. Pitchfork-wielding mobs are such a bore to deal with. Go by foot if you must. Okay. So we don't want to cross the river. I'll settle down right here. And hop off here. And let's mark where we need to go next. Because we've got... over here is where we need to travel some more. So let's... we've got pancakes. We're gonna... which means we can head to the thing. Here is the area where we leave offerings. Place a pancake. Ooh! So we've got a bunch of mushrooms and grain. Oh, that's nice. Oh! Leshy, it seems a stranger has stumbled into the forest, or what is left of it. Your aid has been appreciated, but perhaps you have not yet shown your true colors, You still are human, after all. I guess I'm talking to the wind, and humans rarely show their honest intentions when it comes to the natural world. You have my attention, stranger. Now you must gain my trust. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick what's here. And then I guess we're headed to the deer nearby, I'm thinking. Okay. We've got the deer. So we don't want to scare them off. Can I, like... I say I don't want to scare them. But I need to be able to give them berries. Hello? Give berry. You befriended the deer. Oh, Leshy. Aren't you a fascinating specimen of your kind, putting nature's well-being before the needs of humans for a second time? If you continue on this path, I assure you we will meet again. I'm gonna befriend all the deer. If I can. So let me look in these guys before we head. Oh, is this the... Okay. Ma'am? Hello. Okay, Tosia, the gravedigger. I spy a fellow appreciator of our feathered friends. Tell me, bird girl, would you be interested in aiding my flock? Sure. Certainly, what can I do for you? I see corvids have blessed you with their presence. They are some of the smartest and most capable avians. Not only can they gather for you, but they can also unmake objects that stand in your way. Now that harvest season is approaching, everybody in the village assembles scarecrows to guard their fields. My older crows don't mind them, for they can feel that they are lifeless forms and pose no threat. The younger ones lack the wisdom of the elders, and they are too scared to eat. They grow weaker by the day. I need you to show my young ones that these creatures they fear are no more than straw and cloth. Use your flock to unmake these cruel puppets, and you will not go wanting from us. Okay, so some wooden structures can be destroyed. Aim and shoot them multiple times with your birds to destroy them. Okay. Okay, why do you live with so many crows? Crows are far more intelligent than the average person, more reliable, and better companions. Give me birds over humans any day. Why are you living next to the graveyard? She's a grave digger, I'm assuming. That's her job. Can I feed your crows? Oh yes, that would be lovely. What a thoughtful idea. I have placed a couple of bowls around the property. I've spoiled them a bit so they only eat porridge. I also have a sparrow in my care right now. Maybe you've seen her sitting by the door. She's especially picky, but might follow you home if you treat her to a nice bowl of porridge with extra fruit in it. If you feed all my birds, I'll find something for you as a thank you. So come to see me after they're all fed. Oh, I do have a bowl of porridge. Was I going to use it to feed a family? Yes. Am I going to feed it? You need porridge with fruit for that. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go to I'm going here first for the hair traps. I'll head to the loot key, back home, make some more porridge with fruit specifically. Then I can head all the way back to the gravedigger's house to get some friends. I might have more than one friend because the hair I'll bring back. So actually I might go straight from the hair traps home. I don't know, that's a lot. Actually, there's some abandoned houses that I don't think I've checked. So let me check those before I do anything. And then head to the hair trap. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so look up. Is there a way? There's 3. All of them I'm struggling to reach. Let me see if I can get on the roof. Because I can't for the life of me figure out how to get those down. And there's got to be a way. What am I supposed to do? So, unfortunately, Google is telling me that there was a recent update and it seems there's a bug where you can't collect the hanging sacks sometimes. So what I'm thinking, this episode's going to be long. I was planning on splitting it into parts, but maybe I'll just go ahead and call it here, wait a few days, see if this gets fixed, and then record more later. But for now, I think that's going to be the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.